Hello and good afternoon, everybody. I'm Amy Christine here, coming to you live, and it has been on my heart to talk about this coronavirus and just everything that is going on. I just was at the store and y'all, people are losing their mind. Oh my goodness. And it's funny to run into some people who are like, well, I'm buying all this food, but if I die, who's gonna eat it all, right? And I want to talk about this whole thing, all the way from, a godly wisdom standpoint to a supplement standpoint, a food standpoint, because it is important. The one thing I will say that is good about this whole illness is that people are becoming more aware. People are becoming more aware of health. And that's exciting to me because I think far too many people put that to the wayside and they don't think about health until they're sick. And that is not the way to live our lives. And so first I want to talk a little bit about, what this is doing. Our country is in a state of panic, of confusion, of disorder, of fear, of utter distraction. And the truth is that all of those things are literally attributes of Satan himself. And we know that God is not any of those things. And so we can say for certain this is not of God. And the way that our country and people are reacting is not of God. And so, whether it's something to be really afraid of or not, that's a whole nother story, because the reality is there's way more people that actually just die from the common cold. And so I think that our media, our country is doing us a disservice by instilling fear into people. But we have the ability as God's people to say no. We have the ability to refocus on what we should really be focusing on. And that is surely not fear or confusion or disorder or panic, right? We know those are not things of God. John 10:10 says that the thief comes to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and life abundantly. And so if Satan, who is the thief, comes to steal, kill, and destroy, we know that Satan right now is trying to steal our peace, our joy, our health, right? And that is not of God, period. That is not of God. Those are all attributes of Satan. And so our God is a God of order. And it says in 1 Corinthians 14:33, that for God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. And another translation, that was the NLV, another translation in the ESV says that for God is not a God of confusion, but a God of peace, right? And we know that his very being and the fruits of the Spirit that we are to possess as believers is, right? So it talks about the fruits of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22. It says the fruits of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, right? And so if those are the attributes that we are supposed to, as believers, possess, right? Because if we are alive in God and we are focusing on God, we should possess those things. No matter what is going on in our country, no matter what is going on in your personal life, we still should possess those attributes. And so joy and peace, right? Man, well, I'll tell you that it's not being seen right now. I don't see very much peace in our country. But the cool thing is that we have the ability to be that stark contrast to to the world, right? Because we know that we are not of this world. And so we are to not be like this world. We are supposed to stand out, right? And so people will be drawn to us by our peace and joy in this season. And so I want to encourage you that while all of this confusion is going on, to redirect your eyes and your focus on the Lord, because he is the one that will give you that peace and that joy in all of these circumstances, right? In Philippians 4:6-7, it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything be prayerful," right? Are you anxious right now? Are you facing things right now? Maybe outside of this whole state of fear because of the coronavirus, maybe it's just your personal life. But if you are anxious about something, it says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything be prayerful. And so are you being in prayer about whatever you're anxious about? Maybe it's not this virus, but maybe it is. Are you being prayerful about it? And it says, in everything be prayerful and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. And here we go. So when you do that, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. So when you give your anxious thoughts to the Lord and you pray, you focus on him, and you are grateful and thankful for his peace, he gives you more of it, right? So you might not even be feeling it at that moment, but he will literally depart it and give it to you as you are prayerful in all of these things. And he too will give you then the mind of Christ, which is not of confusion or fear. There's my dog, of course, gotta bark right now. Hold on, I think somebody's here. Jericho, it's okay. It's just the mailman. It's okay. So we really want to refocus our eyes on him, right? And in 2 Thessalonians 3:16, it says, "Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times in every circumstance," right? In every way. And so it doesn't matter. It does not matter what is going on in the world or in your personal life. He can always, always, always bring you peace, no matter what, in every single circumstance. And that is something that I have learned throughout the last couple of years, that in the toughest moments, the hardest moments, the most fearful moments, I have literally had to choose to take my eyes off of the fear, off of the distraction, off of the words of the doctors and the media and, the court, and say, no, I am not focusing on you because you author fear. I'm going to focus on the Lord because he is the one who brings me peace, right? And so as we do that, we are able to, in any circumstance, have the fruits of the Spirit. Isaiah 26:3 says, "You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind stayed on you because he trusts in you." So what does that mean? We have to purposefully every single day set our mind on the Lord. And when we do that, we have peace. Romans 8:6 reminds us that the mind controlled by the Spirit is life and peace, right? John 14:27 says, "Peace I leave with you, peace I give you. Do not let your heart be troubled and do not be afraid," right? So guys, we have no reason to be in fear right now. And if you find yourself, being consumed by the fear or whatever, think about, literally, this is Satan trying to distract you. Well, what is he trying to distract you from? What is he trying to distract our country from? That's my biggest question. You may have to, in your own personal life, look at, what is this fear or this situation trying to distract me from? Because it's taking my attention off of God and onto this thing. But maybe, just maybe, there's something bigger going on that our focus is supposed to be going towards. Maybe there's a bigger opportunity right now for you that your focus is supposed to be going towards, but you're not, because you're being consumed by this distraction, by this fear, by this anxious thought, whatever it is. That is Satan trying to steal from you. He is trying to steal from you, and he's trying to steal from our nation right now. And we need to say no. We are not having it. We are not, gonna be fearful of this coronavirus, right? But, God also gave us a mind for a reason and gave us wisdom for a reason. And so that's why, too, I want to talk about, what are the practical things? So we talked about the mind, right, and our focus and setting our heart on the Lord and knowing that, guys, he says in Jeremiah that 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you," right? Plans to give you hope and a future. So that means we have hope and a future right now, right? Right now. We claim that in Jesus' name. We have that right now. But what are the practical things that we can do as human beings to be healthy and to take care of our bodies and boost our immune system and to really, truly, be at our best health, even amongst all of the sickness? Because let's be real, like, coronavirus is not the only sickness that goes around, right? Like, my kids have had strep, there's stomach bug, there is the cold, right? There's all of these things, and some of it's just unavoidable, but there are things that we can do to keep our bodies in prime condition to fight things off. And I firmly believe that the Lord wants us to be taking care of ourselves, right? He didn't die for us to just be, who cares, right? No, he died for us and paid the greatest price for us. And so it is our duty to take care of us, right? There's some things out of our control. Totally get it. There are some things out of our control, but let's control what we can, right? And be wise about it. So what does that look like? Well, the first thing, guys, is it is so important to be moving our bodies. It is so important to be active every single day. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and run a 5K, right? But it does mean that you need to be moving and you need to be getting the blood flow going through your body. So this helps to increase blood flow. It helps to boost your immune system. Guys, it releases stress hormones. And so if you are finding yourself anxious about anything or whatever, this is going to actually combat that. And it boosts your mood. So if you're like down in the dumps and you're just like, I got a not so great mood about life right now or whatever, working out will get you out of that funk. So super important for everything inside of you. I'm not going to go into great detail about all of these things because I could talk all day about the science behind exercise and why it's great for you and boost your immunity, but I'm just going to leave it at that today, right? We're going to keep this simple. All right, so with that said, your immune system actually starts in your gut. It does. So my question to you is, what are you putting in your gut? What are you doing to keep it healthy, right? And so, probably the first thing we need to look at is, what are we eating, right? Y'all, sugar. Let's talk about sugar for a real quick second. You're going to hear a lot about sugar from me, but sugar feeds sickness. Literally. Like, if you cut sugar out, it actually starves diseases, it starves sickness because there's nothing for it to feed and grow on. Well, if we are in this state of panic or this state of, oh no, coronavirus is here in Pittsburgh. I've heard it a million times. Schools are shutting down, like all these things. Coronavirus is here in Pittsburgh. Well, if I'm like, yo, I'm going to take all my supplements and then I'm going to go eat a Big Mac, counterproductive. Like, that is not going to help. So we need to be aware of what we're sticking in our bodies and cut the sugar out, guys. Just cut it out. We don't need it. Our bodies, it breeds inflammation, it breeds sickness. So cut the sugar out, please, please, please. And with that said, if you're not aware of food, carbohydrates turn into sugar inside your body. So Although you might be eating a, let's say, I don't know, what's a carb? A potato chip or a French fry, or bread, let's say. You're eating bread, that's a carbohydrate, right? So that's gonna turn into sugar in your body. You might not be eating cake, you might not be eating a Reese's cup, but it does the same, okay? So both just don't, especially in a time of right now, like when we need to be more aware because there is sickness happening. Just cut out the sugars, right? And this is something you need to be aware of because we should be more concerned about health, like true health care, like actually being healthy, and preventative versus, okay, now we're gonna like pump ourselves with medications and things because we didn't take care of the body that God gave us. So be preventative, do it now. I'm not saying y'all have to be perfect because I'm not perfect, but if you're consuming it on a regular basis, cut it out. Okay, you wanna eat naturally fermented foods. So these are things that are full of pro and prebiotics, super important for your gut. Y'all, you need healthy bacteria in your gut. And so this is where like antibiotics and things like that, it actually, yes, it is needed sometimes, don't get me wrong, but they kill everything. They kill the good and the bad bacteria, and you need to have good bacteria in your gut. Remember, I just said your immune system starts in your gut. So if you are killing the good bacteria in your gut as well, then, well, your immune system's gonna stink because your gut is where your immune system starts, right? And you need to have healthy bacteria to actually fight the bad bacteria. So eating things like kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, these are great naturally fermented things that you can be consuming on a regular basis to provide you with a good, healthy gut. Eating things that are of this earth, right? God gave us an incredible earth that produces amazing food. We don't need man touching everything and genetically modifying and changing things and creating things. Like, guys, keep it simple. Eat the things of this earth. So, berries are great immune boosters. Things that are high in vitamin C, like oranges, like skip the juice, grab an orange, right? Unless you're juicing it yourself. You want to be eating things high in like greens, right? Rich, dark greens. Amazing for you. Make sure you're buying organic things because, like I said, unfortunately, our country likes to spray and genetically modify everything. And so it is sprayed with weed killer, and we're literally ingesting Roundup. So y'all, if your gut is your immune system, I don't think you want Roundup in your gut. I don't think that's gonna help. So, all right, so garlic, onions, ginger, all amazing foods to be consuming right now. Mushrooms, another really great one. MCT 143. Okay, so here we go. So MCT, okay, this is MCT oil. Our special mix is with coconut oil in this as well. So why is this important? Well, it is another thing that boosts your immune system, and it is an antimicrobial, which means it is fighting bad bacteria, okay? So this keeps the healthy bacteria, and it kills the bad bacteria. Another thing is you can actually use this on your skin. Our skin is our largest organ. So think, what are you putting on your skin that is not healthy, that has toxins in them? If you are absorbing toxins in your body, guys, your body is always attacking that because it's toxic, and that's where the focus is going, right? So it doesn't have a chance to fight off sickness, or all of its focus isn't going to fight the sickness because it's fighting the things you're putting on your body, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about about antibacterial, right? So Purell, things of that nature. Guys, those kill both good and bad bacteria. So if we need the good bacteria to stay healthy, then we're kind of not doing ourselves a favor. The good news is that we have natural things like coconut oil, MCT oil, MCT 143. We have other essential oils that kill the bad bacteria, right? So be aware that like there are healthier options. I know I did a post and people are like, oh my gosh, like y'all, you're not gonna use hand sanitizer. I'm going to use the right kind of hand sanitizer, the one that actually is going to kill what I want to kill and keep what I want to keep, right? So just because I am what they call maybe a crunchy mama or whatever, that doesn't mean I don't wash my hands. It doesn't mean I don't shower. Like, y'all, I have good hygiene, okay? So anyways, this is a natural way to do that internally as well as externally. And of course, like, it even makes your skin look amazing. So hey, it's a total bonus there, right? Cool. So then we have, these are some other supplements that are going to help. This is the probiotic that I'm currently taking. This one has 400 billion strains, right? So this is really, really awesome. This is, like, I've never taken this before. I just started taking this one, so I can't specifically say how I've noticed a difference between this brand and other brands, but this one is actually in a powder form. But I took it yesterday and I'm loving it so far. And so my gut is feeling actually much better. I struggle with gut issues. And so I'm constantly looking for the best of the best. And this has been going on way, like, very long time. So this so far is a win, but definitely you want a good probiotic. I'm not saying it has to be this one, but you need a good probiotic for your gut. Okay, awesome. Then we have vitamin C. Y'all, no brainer. We all know we need vitamin C. This one is a liposomal, which is better absorbed. So the problem with vitamin C, a lot of other vitamins too, is they are not fully absorbed. And so when you have the liposomal in there, it is more absorbed. Our body can uptake it more. So this is 1,000 milligrams per serving, taking it multiple times a day, especially when sickness is rolling around, right? So this probably take like 3 times a day. Usually I wouldn't. Usually I'd take it like once, but definitely upping that for now. Let's talk about turmeric. Okay, so this is an incredible anti-inflammatory. Of course, we want to decrease any inflammation, any stress within our bodies so that it can actually go to do what it's supposed to do and not be fighting the inflammation, right? So this one, whenever you have turmeric, you want it to have ginger in it, and you also want it to have the curcumin. This is how it's better absorbed. Once again, like, if you're going to be taking pills and vitamins, make sure your body's absorbing them. Don't be buying synthetic things, right? Synthetic, you're not going to absorb it because it's literally not even, your body can't process it. So best absorption is with the curcumin and the ginger inside of it. Also, if you get headaches, take this. It literally, like, I kid you not, I'll take 2 pills of this and it's gone. Another thing is, we all know we need vitamin D3, especially if you're up in these northern states. Vitamin D3 is incredible for you. This is going to help to boost your immune system as well. So this is the one that I am currently taking. Once again, it's the liposomal. Awesome. This is a brand new one that I added in. This one is actually literally like Propolis throat spray, and it is from bees. It is naturally made from bees. It is a immune booster as well. And this is also, like, if you get a scratchy throat, it's going to help coat that and to really go and attack what's going on in your throat area. Colloidal silver is a must. I'm gonna pair it here with this oil of oregano. These two are must-haves these are literally like natural antibiotics. I'm not gonna go into the details about all the different things that they do, but literally these both go and attack infections, any infection at all. So the colloidal silver, this is a spray. I take this multiple times a day when I'm either starting to feel drained or sickness is going around. Same with the oil of oregano. This can be put on topically if you tend to get sore throats. You mix it with a little bit of coconut oil. You can rub it on your glands, decrease that inflammation. But literally, guys, these are incredible. Like, I kid you not. These two, whenever sickness starts to go around, I'm like, because this kills it. So definitely necessary. There's I encourage you, look up oil of oregano and all of the different things it can be used for, and same thing with colloidal silver. It is incredible. And then let's see, same thing. This helps with your cell production. This is the liposomal glutathione. This is a incredible supplement. I take it every single day. I actually have Lyme disease, so this is extremely helpful for reproduction of my cells and regenerating my cells. And so once again, obviously that's gonna help keep sickness away, or at least get rid of it quicker because it is regenerating. And then we have, so I just ran out of elderberry. I got to go run down and grab some. But the elderberry that I take has zinc in it, but zinc is really important as well. This has echinacea as well. But this is really a great immune booster. The elderberry that I take has all of that in it. So I don't necessarily take this. This one's my kid's one. I just grabbed it. But so this is another great zinc, adding zinc, elderberry, and echinacea into your routine. If you can find it all together, like I said, my elderberry does, then I'm not taking like all these multiple different things, right? So I have it in like one drink and I'm good to go. My other go-tos, and your must is drink a lot of water. Lemon water is the bomb. It's going to also boost your immune system naturally and cleanse out, right? Like, we need water to cleanse and detox and get rid of all of the toxins. So do not forget to drink lots and lots of water. First thing in the morning, you should be drinking lemon water, right? So for me, right after that, I am drinking my ketones. And why? It is not just to help, blast fat, which is what most people know ketones for. There's so many health benefits for being in ketosis, and this increases your T cell count, which is what boosts your immune system. And so this is also going to keep your energy up, right? So while sickness may be rolling around, you might be extra tired. Like if your kids are sick, you're not getting a lot of sleep. It's going to keep your energy levels up, boost your immune system, also reduces inflammation within your body. And then this too, it also has our C-Med. It has our B12 in here, additional B vitamins. And so B is super important as well, B12 especially. And so most of us are walking around deficient in B12. We're low on energy, all of those things. This is going to give you that boost. It helps also with the reproduction of T cells. So B vitamins helps with the reproduction of those T cells, which, like I said, boosts your immune system, right? This also has C-Med in it, which is it has DNA repair in it, and it has our immune system boosting properties. So this kind of has a lot of different things in it. I was just talking about how, if you can kind of downgrade, like, so you're not taking pills all day, and kind of have more like supplements that are natural, that have multiple different things within them, then you're not taking as much. So the ketones for me definitely do that as well. So that is what I take every single day. And I am, let's see, right now, I've upped certain things, right? So I've upped the oil of oregano, I've upped the colloidal silver, I've really been aware of the water intake, I'm using more of the MCT 143 on my hands, I am taking it more often throughout the day, I'm taking it about 3 times a day, so that I am continually giving myself what I need to fight off anything that may be going around, and really boost my gut health so that my immune system is working properly and fighting off any sicknesses that may be going around. But you guys, remember, common sense stuff, right? Cough into your arm, wash your hands. If you know somebody's super sick, stay away, right? Like, these are things that we all know. Why it's just being like spotlighted, I don't really know. Like, common sense, guys, we're all taught this in kindergarten. So anyways, main thing, other than checking your gut, right? Checking your gut and your immune system, is focus on God. Take your focus off of this dang virus and focus on the Lord, and know that He is the one that gives joy and peace amongst this, and He is not the author of confusion. And so, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted in this time on this virus and all these crazy things and forums and all that stuff. Focus on the Lord and ask Him, like, what do you want me to focus on right now? Because I guarantee you it's not this virus. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a very blessed day, and I hope that is helpful for your mind and body throughout this weird season of coronavirus panic. Know that the Lord brings you peace amongst this and joy too. All right, guys, have a very blessed day.